After East Peoria's emergency alert system was hacked, an app used by the town of Normal has also been hacked. Notify Normal, also known as Code Red, notifies residents of emergencies and events in the area. It was breached in November, but the town didn't know until the end of the month. According to a town spokesperson, data like names, addresses, emails, phone numbers, and associated passwords were leaked.
The town of Normal has little to actually no control over stopping this from happening again. As we vet like potential new systems, we will be really looking closely at their safety precautions and their data governance.
That spokesperson there says Notify Normal had around 2,300 users. The app will be down until at least January. If an emergency does occur, the town will notify people through their phones using a federal emergency management alert system. Once the town has a list of affected users in that breach, those users will be notified.